Welcome dear students. In this class we are going to learn about vesicular trafficking. This is actually secretory pathway of a protein. In case of secretory pathway or vesicular trafficking, what happens? A protein at first enter inside the endoplasmic reticulum that I have already discussed in my protein sorting lecture. A protein enter inside the endoplasmic reticulum, then it will go through different compartments like in the Golgi bodies or Golgi complex, then in endosome, lysosome, plasma membrane or the cell exterior. This is called vesicular trafficking. In case of vesicular trafficking, the name implies vesicles, means this process actually go through or actually happens by the vesicle. So at first a protein enter inside the endoplasmic reticulum that I have discussed in my protein sorting class. Then it will go through the Golgi complex. Why it is called Golgi complex? Because the Golgi apparatus or compartment is actually made up of different sub compartments. At first, that the region that is very near, close to the endoplasmic reticulum are called cis Golgi network, or in short we call it CGN, cis Golgi network. Then there is some stack like structure. This is called cisterna, so we call cis cisternae in plural, cisternae, or in singular it is called cisterna. So cis cisternae. Then another stack like structure is present called medial cisternae, and then another stack is present called trans cisternae. Then a complex structure is present. Okay, so this type of structure in case of Golgi body is called trans Golgi network. Trans Golgi network, in short we call TGN. So now you can see the Golgi apparatus is not very simple, so it is called Golgi complex. Golgi complex. Okay, so at first a protein will enter cis Golgi network from the endoplasmic reticulum. Then this cis Golgi network protein will enter inside the cis cisterna. Then it will enter inside the medial, then trans Golgi network. And after that, when the proteins enter the trans Golgi network, it is destined to whether it will go to the endosome or directly to the lysosome, because the endosome can fuse with the lysosome, pre-existing lysosome, or the protein can go to the plasma membrane, or it can directly be secreted out. That's why it is called secretory pathway. The vesicular trafficking means secretory pathway. So it will go to the exterior of the cell, so cell exterior. Okay, so as this is the introduction class of my vesicular trafficking, so it is the basic concept of this class. So in my second lecture of plasma protein sorting, I have mentioned that the proteins go through a process called glycosylation, protein glycosylation. What happens in that case? In the endoplasmic reticulum, when a protein present in the endoplasmic reticulum and properly folded in conformations, the protein go through a glycosylation process. It could be O-linked or N-linked. I have discussed about this topic in my second part of the lecture of protein sorting. So I have mentioned there that the oligosaccharide is made up of two N-acetyl glucosamine. Let's assume this is N-acetyl glucosamine. Then mannose residues are present. Mannose. Then mannose residues are present in number 9, sorry. There are 9 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, let's suppose. So, and then 3 glucose molecules are also attached with this complex, so it is called oligosaccharide. So at first in the endoplasmic reticulum, a protein is glycosylated. So this is actually a unit of this oligosaccharide. There can be many this type of oligosaccharide present in this protein, in a single protein. So I'm just drawing one oligosaccharide complex. So this is called N-acetyl glucosamine. I'm writing in red color. N-acetyl glucosamine. This is a sugar molecule present in the number of 2 at first, then mannose present in the number of 9, and then glucose present in the number of 3. So this is the complete structure of the oligosaccharide that is present in the endoplasmic reticulum when the protein is properly folded. Now, if the protein has to go inside this cis-Golgi network, that means to leave the endoplasmic reticulum, the protein must be modified, and this modification occurs in this oligosaccharide. So this is the actually ticket to go inside the cis-Golgi network. So I am talking about this glycosylation modifications. Okay. Now what happens if the protein has to go through from this AR to cis-Golgi network, 3 glucose should be removed. At first it is added, then this glucose should be removed, so there should be no glucose, and another mannose should be removed. So ultimately the number becomes 2 N-acetyl glucosamine and 8 mannose, and in these situations the protein, this folded protein, can get a ticket to move or travel cis-Golgi network, and from the cis-Golgi network this same molecule can go to the cis-cisternae. So in the cis-cisternae the protein has 2 N-acetyl glucosamine, 8 mannose, but to travel medial then another ticket is required, that means modification is important. What happens when in the cis-cisternae the 8 number of mannose is actually changed into 5, that means 3 mannose are actually removed, 3 mannose are removed, so the number changed into 5. So in the cis-cisternae there is 2 N-acetyl glucosamine and 5 mannose, that means it has get the ticket to travel to the medial cisterna by vesicular trafficking. Okay. Now to travel inside the trans-Golgi network, trans-cisterna, because ultimately it should reach the trans-Golgi network, then it can go to the endosome, lysosome, plasma membrane or cell exterior. So to get the ticket trans-Golgi, in the medial there is some enzymes, so those enzymes remove the mannose are called mannosidates, those remove the glucose called glucosidates, very simple. So in the medial there is modification occur, some modification occur. First is one N-acetyl glucosamine is added, so another addition occur, N-acetyl glucosamine is added, so the number becomes 1. Here 2 is present, here another 1 is added, and simultaneously 2 mannose sugar are removed, so the number becomes 3. The numbers become 3, and another 2 N-acetyl glucosamines are added. So ultimately the number of N-acetyl glucosamine becomes 3. That is the ticket. So to move to the trans-cisterna, this protein must have 2 N-acetyl glucosamine, 3 mannose and 3 N-acetyl glucosamine, then it can go to the trans-cisterna. So now this trans-cisterna traveling occur. Now if the protein go to this trans-Golgi network, the condition is, then another thing should be occurred. This modification is called addition of galactose sugar. So 3 galactose are added. 3 galactose are added. So these green are galactose sugar. In every protein this thing occur. Galactose, 3 galactose are added. Another thing occur. This is not the ultimate. Another thing occur. Another modification occur in the trans cisterna. That is addition of another different type of sugar molecules. This is called N-acetyl neuraminic acid. That means this sugar is actually negatively charged. So ultimately, when this structure is actually occur, this protein can go to this trans-Golgi network, and ultimately it can go through endosome, lysosome, plasma membrane, cell explorer through vesicular trafficking that I will talk about in my subsequent classes. So this is very important topic and very important process that occurs during protein vesicular trafficking. And there are some enzymes that can actually identify that where the protein is present. In case of, I have mentioned that in endoplasmic reticulum, those proteins are properly folded. The number of this N-acetyl glucosamine, I am showing it red color. The number of this sugamoid is 2 and mannose is 8. Yes, mannose, that means blue, is 8. Okay, this type of protein, this protein is actually resistant to an enzyme called endoglycosidase D. Endoglycosidase D. If you treat this number of sugars protein, that means the protein that has this type of oligosaccharide complex, 2 N-acetyl glucosamine and 8 mannose, this endoglycosidase D cannot cut this total oligosaccharide. It will remain attached. But when this protein enter inside the cis-Golgi network or cis-cisterna, the number of this molecule becomes N-acetyl glucosamine 2, and I have mentioned here that in case of cis-cisterna, the number of mannose is how much? 5. 3 mannose are trimmed. You can see at first 3, then another 2 are removed. So in the cis-cisterna, the number becomes this. So in that situations, this endoglycosidase can cleave the total oligosaccharide from the protein. But in case of endoplasmic reticulum, this enzyme is resistant. So in case of ER, this is resistant to this enzyme, but this is sensitive to this enzyme. So by which scientists can understand the protein is now present in the cis-cisterna, or the protein is present in the endoplasmic reticulum.